Hello everyone, this is Poohead189, and today we're going to talk about Oblivion gates, or more specifically, how one can go about making one if you find yourself on Mundus and have the desire to open a portal to Oblivion. And of course, Mundus is the plane that Nirn and Tamriel are on. Nirn being the planet, Tamriel being the continent that the games are generally set on for the Elder Scrolls. Now, first things first, as I'm sure you're aware, Oblivion is not simply one plane. Oblivion is any Daedric plane. And the Daedric planes are the planes made by the Daedra with their own power, and it's sort of their own paradise where they can make anything occur. And of course, the ones that make them are the more powerful Daedra called Daedric princes, and their Daedric followers populate it. If one were to open a gate to Oblivion, you could be entering any of the Daedric Prince's realms. You could be entering Hircine's domain, or you could be opening a portal to Cold Harbor, or encroach upon Mehrunes Dagon's plane as it happens in the Oblivion game, which are the Deadlands. Generally, the liminal barriers are closed to allow Oblivion gates. Mages can only summon Daedra such as scamps for a limited period of time in our realm, or Mundus, before they are transported back to their home plane. The original liminal barrier was created by Akatosh and his pact with the Septim Dynasty and Saint Alicia, which in basic is a divine spell Akatosh made with Alicia or Alessia that everyone with her blood, as long as they light the dragonfires, will keep the liminal barrier up so there can be no permanent liminal bridges. And the reason why that was made is because the Aelids, which Alessia rebelled against, often used many Daedra in their armies, and so she was not only trying to cut off most of their supply of soldiers, but also any nut that could make an Oblivion gate could just start streaming more Daedra, or what Alessia would call demons, into the realm. But back to liminal bridges. That is what an Oblivion gate is, essentially, a liminal bridge, or a bridge across dimensions or planes, one that lets one walk freely back and forth between them. Now, to make an Oblivion gate, you need a monolithic stone structure in the form of a portal. Now, a monolithic structure is essentially a structure that is all one piece. It is unknown to this scholar if the type of stone matters, or even if it needs to be stone, but it always has been so far. Next, and most importantly, one needs a sigil stone. Sigil stones are morpholiths, which is a type of mineral used to make, yes, sigil stones, but also soul gems. Like the Aelid Welkin stones, you could use stones made of morpholiths to store powerful magic. The morpholiths used to create the sigil stone can only occur in pocket voids of Oblivion, and harvesting them requires Daedric assistance. So if you want to make an Oblivion gate and not just conjure a scamp, you need to be in direct contact with a high-level Daedra or even a Daedric prince. The cleansed morpholith must then be presented to a Daedra lord or prince to perform the inscription of the sigil, which will transform the specimen into a true sigil stone. The Daedra lord and the mechanic of the sigil stone must then jointly invoke the conjurational charter, which will transport the stone through the liminal barrier and create a temporary portal. At least if the liminal barrier is up. If it is not up, like say someone kills the emperor and his family and no one can light the dragonfires, there is nothing there that would tax the sigil stone or destroy the liminal bridge, allowing Daedra from the Oblivion plane you received the blessing from to pass through unhindered. Of course, you can still have the portal shut down if one were to go into Oblivion and take the sigil stone from its catalyst, or destroy it somehow. However, that is long odds, considering it is likely guarded by very powerful Daedric entities. This is what made the hero of Kvatch in Oblivion so legendary, because he invaded the Deadlands over and over again, destroying the Oblivion gates one by killing the Daedra and removing the sigil stones. However, again, that would generally be highly unlikely, and if you were to perform all of these necessary steps, you have successfully allowed Mundus to be invaded with Daedra. Congratulations! And that is the video. If you like my video, please like, share, and subscribe. I have my links below in the description, and I hope you have a wonderful day. See ya!